just want to stay with duality and dualism for one last moment, because what I've just been thinking about is in relation to what this mental realm is, if you like, this apparent realm of thought or mind or spirit or soul, if you theologically minded, that kind of what's the shape of that space? What's the ontology of that space? Clearly, it's probably fictional, but that doesn't matter. Because it seems to me it's not simply that there is matter and then mind, but mind itself seems to have a kind of architecture. And here I'm reminded of William James' essay, in which he talked about what he called shusness. And the term shusness for James comes from consciousness. And what he's really just pointing out is that every time we use the word consciousness, we're indicating two components of mind. We're indicating the shusness, if you like, the knowledge, the knowing, which is the origins of the word, of the shusness part of the word, the ideas, the concepts. And then there is the con, which is the with bit. So implicit within the word consciousness is there is something with ideational concepts. And the something that is with the concepts is the sense of self, if you like, the I, the centre of narrative gravity in that whole thing. So this idea of mind and ideation and imagination, apparently separate from the physical world, apparently only, of course, apparently immaterial, apparently only consisting of thoughts and ideas and concepts, has two key components, one of which is an undifferentiated sense of ideation, and then this I, implicit in the withness that's present in consciousness. And within that architecture, I think we can see some variations in there. I mean, certainly some experiences, contemplative experiences, for example, seem to be about either erasing that centre of narrative gravity, the I, or suppressing it, or questioning it at the very least, so that one gets a sense of that there is a world of ideas, not exactly separate from one's own ego at the centre, but kind of separable from. And that idea plays itself out in things like panpsychism that you find in Fechner's writing, and I think the routine experience of being kind of alive and awake. You know, when I'm looking around these fields and these dogs, it doesn't feel dead. It doesn't feel animate. It doesn't feel like it's got a psychology, but it feels kind of alive in a way that I think is, I've heard it reported as being absent from certain individuals. If you have a particular form of autism, I've been told, then you kind of look out onto a world which doesn't seem to be animated in quite that way. It doesn't seem to have that shusness about it. And presumably when I close my eyes I can still feel that shusness. Presumably that's also absent. So there seems to be, as I said, within this mind, half of that mind, body, mind, matter duality, there is an architecture within the mind part, the shusness, which is this sort of generalized panpsychic distributed intentionality, if you like, which again is probably purely fictional, but it's experiential, even if it's untrue. And then there's the sense of the I, which is implied in the con of consciousness, which acts as a kind of metaphorical viewpoint on that shusness, which takes that generalized distributed intentionality and gives it a kind of direction, or feels like it has a kind of direction. or a triangulated location within it, or something like that. It's a fantastic day today. I don't know if this camera's picking it up, but the fog across the stubble field is just amazing.